On a bright summer morning, a tiny ant named Lily left her colony in search of food. Like all the other ants, she worked hard every day to help her family survive. The weather was warm and the ground was covered with fallen seeds and grains. As Lily walked through a field, she spotted something exciting, a large grain of wheat lying near a rock. It was the biggest grain she had ever seen. She knew that if she could bring it back to the colony, it would provide food for many ants. Lily rushed toward the grain and tried to lift it. It was incredibly heavy. She pushed with all her strength, but it barely moved. A grasshopper nearby laughed and said, "That grain is far too big for someone as small as you. Find something easier." Lily ignored him. She believed that if she kept trying, she would find a way. After several attempts, she finally managed to lift the grain and started dragging it toward her home. She had only gone a short distance when the grain slipped from her grip and rolled into a small hole. Exhausted, Lily sat down for a moment. Maybe the grasshopper was right, she thought. But then she remembered her colony waiting for food. She stood up and tried again. She climbed into the hole, pushed the grain upward, and after a great effort, managed to get it back onto the path. As she continued her journey, she came to a narrow stream. The water wasn't deep, but it was enough to block her path. Lily tried carrying the grain across, but the current swept it away. She chased after it and eventually found it stuck between two stones downstream. At that point, she felt tired and discouraged. A butterfly landed nearby and asked, "Why don't you leave it and find another grain?" Lily replied, "Because I've already come this far. If I quit now, all my effort will be wasted." The butterfly smiled and flew away. Lily looked around carefully and found a small twig. Using the twig as a bridge, she slowly pushed the grain across the stream. It took a long time, but she succeeded. Hours passed. The sun began to set, and Lily still had a long journey ahead. She climbed hills, crossed rough ground, and squeezed through narrow spaces. Many times she stumbled. Many times she wanted to stop. Yet every time she fell, she got back up. Finally, just as the sky turned orange, Lily reached the colony. The other ants cheered when they saw the huge grain. They couldn't believe that one small ant had carried it all the way home. The queen ant approached Lily and said, "You are not special because you are the strongest. You are special because you refused to give up." That night, as the colony shared the grain, Lily realized something important. The biggest obstacle had never been the heavy grain, the stream, or the long road. The biggest obstacle had been the voice inside her mind telling her to quit. And once she learned to overcome that voice, nothing seemed impossible. Moral of the story: success does not belong to the strongest or the most talented. It belongs to those who keep going when others stop.